So Jonathan
Good to see you, mate.
he runs the UK Care Home Managers Inner Circle. It's a very, very influential, important Facebook group, particularly. We're going to be talking today about strong and effective leadership during this continued COVID period. So before we get going, Jonathan's just going to briefly describe who he is and what he does.
Yeah, Adam, once again, lovely to see and all these fantastic viewers here. It's always a pleasure to meet with you, my friend. And we've spoken many a time, both here in the UK and online. Lovely to see you. Well, I'm the registered manager of two homes, but a Park Nursing Home, which I'm the registered manager, and also I'm the manager and also owner of Rosebank Care Home for Learning Disabilities here in Southport in UK.
Yeah, thank you. Now, we are recording this video late October. The COVID second wave is here. Now, what have you learned, and what is your main advice from a leadership perspective, Jonathan, from now, late October 2020?
I think first and foremost, I mean, not all those managers out there or anyone involved in care. I mean, we've never seen anything like this before, and this is an incredible test of resilience and test of your own emotional strength and fiber, and it's really tested every single one. I think first and foremost is that it never surprises me how resilient we are as people, how resilient we are as managers and leaders, and also our people are also incredibly as we've seen, they're absolutely awesome staff, but do not underestimate the power of leadership, the power of inspiring. And there may be just words to you. You might just be in the in a handover in the morning, but rest assured, people are reassured by your presence. Being a present manager, walking the floors, being there, asking how people are. It is absolutely immeasurable strength when it comes to your staff, and you've got to be a visual, inspiring leader. So one of the things which I realized was that, we all needed, not just your staff, but we as managers have also needed a place of sanctuary. Your website, your group has been phenomenal, Adam. The Care Managers Inner Circle, so people tell me, has been a source of support and online virtual leadership for them at times when they've felt almost like throwing in the towel. And I think people have got to recognize that be kind to yourself. Having doubts about yourself, having doubts about your own capabilities. We all suffer from imposter syndrome, but it's the ability and the mettle to every single day get up and say, with your, as we coin a phrase in the inner circle, your battle knickers on, get out there and start leading your incredible troops and your staff. That's what it's about. So I think we've all learned. And of course, now we're into wave two, and wave two, very different, of course. There's initial anxiety of wave one, where we're thinking, what the hell is this? Are we going to be able to cope? What's it going to look like? Well, we've been through that. And we've seen some incredible tales of heroism out there when it comes in terms of social care. But there is so much more every single one of your watchers and your viewers can still do to look after themselves and look after their organizations.
Yeah, and what have you, for those who feel their resilience is being tested, and it's a continual challenges are continually being thrown up that still are very, very in testing. How do you build up that resilience when you feel you are losing it?
Very, very good question. I mean, the first thing, and I'd say to all the viewers, and come into the camera, come into the screen, which is every single one of you can do this. Every single one of you. And bear in mind, your brain has got your chimp brain, and of course your logical mind, and of course your conscious and subconscious. But your chimp brain will continually nag at you all the time. It will continually tell you those sort of things in negativity, which is you're not capable, you're not up for it, and you've got to quieten that voice. And that's why the power of affirmations in the morning and visualizing, and this isn't some sort of voodoo, this is absolutely true. If your subconscious is continually bombarded with positivity, with positive mantras, with affirmations, I am confident, I am up to the job, I am resilient, I am effective, I am capable, then your subconscious and your conscious starts to actually start living that. And I think, you've got to be kind to yourself. You've got to take time out. You've got to, first and foremost, just say, not only can I do this, I've demonstrated I've done it, I will do it for as long as is required, but just take day at a time. Don't be starting to think about what will it be like in a year's time. Don't even be thinking into next week. Just go, let's get through this shift. Let's be effective. Let's do the very best I can for my team and my lovely residents. And that's why I say, look after yourselves, take time out, eat well, sleep, get your sleep. Don't think that productivity equals, just slaving at a desktop, 24. Yeah, that's not. And take time out with people that also inspire you. And it could be your group, absolutely. Your Facebook group. It could be the care managers in the circle, which you just plug in there. You just plug yourself in once a day, get a big fire hydrant of positivity, and get back out there and start mixing it with the troops again. So it's just continually keep at it, and just continually expose yourself to positive messages that you can do it.
And what about staff, helping them through this period? What have you learned? Number one, up to now, Jonathan, and what are you going to be maybe implementing strongly with great emphasis as we move forward?
I think the big one is that, the staff have been incredible. And, there are some amazing people who have come through this. They're all amazing. I think, don't underestimate, some people are really struggling, and we don't know what's going on in their home life. We don't know how they've got children, they've got partners who are very worried. They're probably living with mum and dad who have got health problems, are worried about taking it home, they're worried about bringing it into their. So never underestimate that their cup of stress could be literally overflowing before they've even walked in your doors. And so be kind to people, take time out, be a safe place, be a psychologically safe place to work, which allows people to off vent. It allows people to take time out. In our staff lavatories, we've got little signs, little sayings. There's free helplines, there's free counselling available. There's a thing on domestic abuse and domestic violence, because we don't know what's going on behind these closed doors. So all the time, and be a compassionate, but firm and fair leader. That you lead with compassion, you lead with kindness, and never mix up compassion and kindness with softness or weakness. It's a different style of leadership. You can be strong, you can be firm, and you can take some very, very tough decisions. And it's been no different over COVID. We have removed staff because the standard of what they're delivering is below the standard required at Birkdale Park. It's simple as that. So, lots of lessons learned, I'd say.
Yeah. And what's the kind of one thing, Jonathan, if I can think about it's actually for you right now, that's kind of really on your mind as something you need to get a handle on or get a grip on right now? Is there something?
That's easy, my friend. Easy. What? Voids, empty beds, right. Advertising my beds, advertising continue. Let me tell you, this, never underestimate the power of broadcasting. Never underestimate. Why do Tesco's, why does Sainsbury's, why do these big corporates continue to, everyone knows what Sainsbury's is, everyone knows what Tesco's is, but why do they invest millions in advertising? Is because if you do not continually broadcast your message in the local papers, on Facebook, on emails, then people forget you very quickly. because we're all busy. Our inboxes are no different to hospital discharges. Our inboxes are no different to our social workers. Our inboxes are no different to all the relatives out there. All those relatives speak. One of the best things I ever did was I made a conscious decision 2.5 years ago to build my Facebook profile, not out of ego, not out of because I like to see myself on Facebook. Although people say that that's complete rubbish. But for that aside, so now I focus on local people. Local people talk to each other. That's where the grandpas and grandmas, that's where the mums and dads, that's where the aunts and uncles of these people, they're the people that require nursing care. And so if I build my profile, the profile now is approximately 4,500 on my Facebook, LinkedIn, likewise, a big profile on there. And if you continually broadcast, we do a live once, if not twice a week, and we send out a live video bulletin every single week. And every week I put into local papers, little good news story. Every single newspaper use it. Every single newspaper. Now, if you can't do that, then of course they need to speak to someone like yourself. But oh my God, it works. That phone there phones once, twice, 3 times a day with people saying, my dad is in a home and they won't allow visiting. They have no entertainers in. We want to move them to you, Jonathan. And I go, it's working. It's working. But voids is the biggest thing on my mind
right now. Yeah, sure. Have you seen a recent down spike?
Yeah. And so if we're feeling the pinch, if we're feeling the down, with all the stuff that we're doing, then other homes are struggling. And also in terms of fees, this is where people say, our fees have had to drop. Your fees don't have to drop, and this is where there's a little bit of an urban myth. You can still command relatively decent fees. I'm not saying you've got to still maintain you gold plated, but I'm saying don't be thinking that the only things you can bring in is social services base rate. You can negotiate if you've got minibuses, if you're doing rickshaws, if you're doing lives, if you can send them a link, as we can, a 360 virtual VR tour with 35 videos of me on there, beautiful. Then it's a different conversation. If you can send that to home to say, look, I'll send you the link, and you can walk around the VR of that person's room we're talking about. You tell me another home that's doing that. It's a different conversation. And when you say, therefore, I think there's when they go to their manager, they need the argument to go to their line manager to say, Birkdale Park is worth another £50 a week, even though they've said there's always room for maneuver. How much are they prepared to solve the problem? And you are a massive every single one of you out there is a massive problem solver, but you're the same as everyone else. If it's just price on price, or let me send you a link. Let me send you 3 videos, 4 videos of the last week on our activities. Boom, boom, my friend. And that the argument is won.
I mean, that's a great initiative you've got going there, because not many homes are going to be doing that. And it's a personal touch as well. If you are sending them that video personally, that's a real personal touch. And so in terms of any other, we talked about resilience in particular. How do you personally, Jonathan, how do you keep that resilience up to where you want to?
Someone said drugs. No, I don't do drugs.
We all do drugs of some kind.
Drugs, yeah. It's. I think it's. I mean, without. I don't drink, and that is a massive thing. I can tell you now, I don't drink, and as much as I would love a drink. I've been 2.5 years now, over 2.5 years, completely teetotal. Loved red wine. But I don't drink. It gives me an incredible amount of energy. I don't suffer from the sort of anxiety I used to. I run every day. I get into nature every day. I try and get sleep. I try and eat as well as I can. I fast once a week. Today's my fast day. So I'm absolutely starved, but that's fine. It sorts you out. It gives you a boost of energy, your immune system boosts. So there are stuff that you can do. And also, I surround myself with people like you, who are positive. I don't watch the news. I don't listen to the rubbish on Facebook. I don't watch that sort of stuff. I make sure my environment is organized. I have people in my life that are positive, and I only expose myself in terms of visually, auditory, and any other sense to positive messages. We can all listen to the scaremongering and conspiracy theories. I haven't got time for that. I've got lovely people to look after.
That's great, Jonathan. So finally, before finally, is there anything you just want to mention that we've not touched on now?
I'd say to every single one of the lovely people out there is do something fun. Be a kid again. What made your heart sing as a child will still make your heart sing. We don't lose that. And it might be going splashing in puddles. It might be going for a walk. It might be going to the cinema. But book those things. It might be playing terribly on the ukulele. I mean, that's the last. I've been playing the ukulele now terribly for 10 months. I started in January of this year, and I just thought, it's total unadulterated escapism.
I must say, Jonathan, I think you are improving month on month.
Considering where it came from, that's not bad.
Genuinely, I have noticed.
Yeah, no, it's good, and but I won't notice that improvement. But people say no, it's now still not bearable, but it's not as unbearable as what it used to be. So, and never take yourself seriously either. There's too many serious people in this world. You gotta take the mick out yourself.
Jonathan, that's great. Look, finally, where can people find out more about you or get in touch with you?
Yeah, well, look, I mean, I love all of your people, to join. So it's the UK. If you go onto Facebook and just find, the UK Care Home Managers Inner Circle. That's quite a mouthful, but you've just put the Care Managers Inner Circle, you'd find us on Facebook. Answer 3 questions, and come and join the fun. We broadcast 4 times a week. We have a Zoom on a Thursday where it's very much a big catch up with everyone. It's like all your schoolmates together, and it's a very warm family, which of course, Adam, you're part of.
That's great, Jonathan. Thanks so much.
Hey, lovely to see you. Take care.